We have arrived at the castle of Leros, also called Panagia or Panteliu. Uh, that translates to, actually, it translates to All Saints, but in the Greek language, they're referencing the Virgin Mary as the saint above all saints. This this location was actually the site of an ancient acropolis, and during and was actually started building the castle about 700 AD. Even though that's not what I learned from my research, this was a Byzantine era fort in the beginning, somewhere, I think in the beginning of the 700s, and was eventually, once the Byzantine Empire fell, it became part of the Ottoman Empire, and then Suleiman the Magnificent deeded it to the Ottoman Empire. And I think it's during the 1500s is when the miracle happened. The soldiers on the coast saw this boat coming to shore that had an icon of the Virgin Mary, flanked on either side by burning candles, and no one else in the boat. So that in itself was considered a miracle. But the captain of the fort decided to have it sent to the local church in the nearby town. But the next morning, when the workers opened the warehouse in the castle, there was the icon of the Virgin Mary flanked by two burning candles. And they told the captain, and he said he thought the priests at the castle or priests in the town were messing with him, and had the icon returned to the church. 2 or 3 more times this same thing happened. The captain finally got angry with his soldiers, and he personally locked the warehouse doors, locked and chained the warehouse doors personally to ensure that no one was able to put the icon back in his warehouse. The next morning, when he unchained the doors and opened it personally, there again was the icon flanked by the 2 lit candles. He finally decided that it really was a miracle, and that the Virgin Mary had personally chosen the site for her church. And so it is inside the fort. It is called the Church of Panatalu or Panagia, and the original icon is still inside that church. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that, because even though on the web it says that the castle is open, it doesn't open until 3:30. Let's get the wall of the castle over here. from Christos. That's one way. We came up that way. And we should never go that way. It's not really wide enough for a whole car. We had to fold the mirrors in for Bobby's car to fit. And you're just driving right next to the fronts of buildings and people's houses. It's quite terrifying. Except for that scooter. Which way? That way.